This video demonstrates how to handle loop, cue and effect sections of your Jockey 3, as well as some additional useful adjustments. The creation of a beat-precise loop is a cakewalk with the Jockey 3. Simply press this loop button in order to activate a loop at the current position. The loop's length can be adjusted comfortably with this loop length encoder. A loop length of 132 up to 32 bars is selectable. The loop's length can be adjusted during a loop or already beforehand. By pressing the loop encoder, a previously defined loop in a track will be activated. This way you can let a track end with the loop and fully concentrate on mixing without having to watch the remaining time. If a loop is active, you can jump forward or backward, bar-wise via the move encoder. The jump size can be adjusted by pressing and turning the move encoder. If no loop is active, the move encoder can be used for jumping through a track without missing a beat. Of course, you can also create a manual loop by pressing and holding the shift button. Press the loop in button in order to set a loop starting point and the loop out button in order to set a loop's ending point. Playback will then also turn to a seamless loop. In order to leave a loop, it is sufficient to press the loop out button once again. The cue point section is your secret weapon for especially exciting live remixes. Via the cue pad buttons, you can access up to 8 cue points in a track. In order to set a cue point, simply press one of the cue pads in the right position, and the cue point will be stored. If you press and hold the delete button, every cue point can be deleted again. The quick LED feedback always displays the current status of your cue points. What can be done with cue points can also be done with loops. If a loop is active, the whole loop will be stored on the cue pad and can be triggered at the right time. There's nothing more fun than manipulating your creative set live with effects. Your Jockey 3 offers extensive control possibilities. Just as we explained in the previous tutorial, you can switch between advanced and chained effects mode via the cue pad while pressing and holding the shift button. The Jockey 3's effect section is perfect for both modes. In order to select an effect, press and hold the shift button and turn the corresponding encoder. In advanced mode, this is a dry-wet encoder. In chained mode, these are the encoders 1, 2 and 3. When pressing and holding the shift button, you can load one of the precast effects to the effect slots via the preset buttons 1 to 4. Of course, you can also adjust these presets according to your own effect combinations. With the dry-wet encoder, you can determine the dry-wet ratio in both modes. This way you can slowly fade the effect in and out. Let's take a closer look at both modes. At first, Advanced mode. In Advanced mode, you can activate and deactivate the selected effect with the FX On button. The button FX1 resets the selected effect. With the buttons FX2 and FX3, you can activate additional effect parameters. By pressing the dry-wet encoder, you can activate and deactivate the effect as well. These 3 encoders can be used to make certain effect adjustments and vary the tone color. And now let's go to chained effect mode. In chained mode, you can load 3 separate effects and combine them into one effect. In order to get to know this mode's possibilities, you can check out our presets. The FX 1 to 3 buttons activate the respective effect permanently. If, on the other hand, you prefer to trigger an effect quickly, you can do so by using the encoders. Simply press and hold the corresponding encoder, and the effect will remain active, provided that the encoder is being pressed. With the FX on button and the dry-wet encoder, you can activate and deactivate all effects at once. This is especially convenient in order to let the Hall of a Reverb effect run out. In chained mode, the 3 encoders control the respective effect parameters. Now we're going to discuss the filter and pan adjustments. Via the filter dial, you can adjust the deck filter for nice sweeps. Turning the dial to the left will cause a low-pass filter, and a turn to the right will cause a high-pass filter. Pan, namely the right-left balance of a deck, can be adjusted with this dial. With the beat move function, you can jump through a track without missing a beat, just like with the move encoder. The jump's length corresponds to the value that has been set with the move dial. When pressing and holding the shift button, you can fine adjust the beat markers by yourself by moving them to the left and right respectively on the beat. Last but not least, we're going to take a look at some further adjustment possibilities on the device's rear side. The jog wheel sensitivity can be steplessly adjusted from very sensitive to not sensitive at all with this small wheel. With the LED dimmer function, a permanent background illumination can be set. This way you will always keep everything under control, even in the dark. The shift lock feature is also very practical. Herewith, the shift button can be set to toggle or hold mode, according to your requirements. This way, the shift function is either active for as long as the button is held, or will be activated and deactivated by pressing the button. For DJs who like mixing in a team, we have added a master through port. Simply connect the second output signal to this input, and the jockey will route the signal directly and passively to master output. And as if that were not enough, on the front side you can even monitor the second controller signal with this switch. In order to get a little inspiration, you can watch the Jockey 3 mix set video with Sven Wittekind.